let's talk about some real shit now. I know you, and I know that you know inside your head that you had a chance to beat Lucas Lepre. Walk me through your decision, bro, to make the samurai decision, the fucking Bushido decision, and bow out to someone who's paved the path for you. Because, man, Lucas has a lot of championships. To say, okay, man, go get another fresh, and I think it shows a couple things, man. It shows respect for the sport, respect for your people, and it shows a supreme confidence in you, because I think it's showing that you're going to go back and do it again. But, man, walk us through that thought process, dude. Like, I know it was a super hard decision for you, but did you know you were going to make it? Like, as soon as it happened, you knew that's what you were going to do?
There's a lot of things going, like, happening behind the curtain that people didn't see. Of course, they saw me like crying because I wanted to fight. That's the thing. The reason why I'm crying is like basically because I was seeing my spirit, my fighting spirit being killed. Like I have to kill him. So that's why I was crying. A lot of people like wanted me to fight, and these people, I know that in their hearts they have their best interest on my future, on my career, on my path. Now, putting in perspective, now almost a year after that this happened, I don't regret the decision, even though it was very painful, and it kind of changed the relationship with Lepre. Yeah, I don't have the same relationship with him, because for me to bow, I talk to him. I try to talk to him, be like, hey, listen, like, is there any way we can like actually fight, because people want me to fight, and I have a sponsor here, like people that, like the guy that drove me to tournament that day, that guy has been paying, let's throw a random number, like let's say
funding you, believing in you, putting
like investing, putting money, because like you can get person for anyone, but if you're paying like one guy, it's because you really believe in these guys stuff. So this guy was like, man, you should fight, you should totally fight, I know you can win. And in my head I was like, no, I don't know if I can win, because in training Lucas has been smashing me. But that was in 2018 scab, he was like wrecking me. I came back that year, I came back on February in a row with him, and let's say it went from like he was suing me 3 times in 7 minutes from barely one. So I was like, oh man, I saw improvement, but this was because I was working with him at small camps, like at the time, like 2 weeks here, 2 weeks there. I'll find money to go and train with him, and
a lot of times you would leave Pittsburgh to go down to Lucas.
Yeah, man, and you knew that I was getting the money not because I was trying to buy me shoes or PlayStations or like
straight back into training, straight back.
It was like just to fucking be able to put gas on my body, continue working, or like putting me from point A and B. But anyways, long story short, that I tried to talk to him and be like, hey, people want me to fight. Cheers, sir. And dude, I was mad with his ego, man, and there was no chance for him to like. For him, it would be he would feel so disrespected if I fight that day, if I would have fought with him that day. But either way, he felt like some type of way because I wanted to fight. So my relationship with him really changed after that. I haven't been there in a year, and I try to respect him, but I feel like, dude, you see Romulo Barral helping his students climb to the top with him, It's basically, it felt like Barral was hanging from this peak, and he grabs Arge's arm and jump with me.
Right.
Hey, Pena, jump with me. And I feel that's why I see Romulo, throughout the years, the span of the years, it's gonna continue building people like that. And who does Lepre has at this point? It's been 10 years since he's been working around here, and there's not a white to black belt that he got that has achieved anything. And it's because he's just really selfish, dude. And that day he just rubbed in my face so many stuff that weren't even like complying to the thing. It had nothing to do with the thing. Like, so he said so many things like, "Oh, I taught you this. I've given you rides from here and there from the gym." We're like, to be honest, there were 2 rides that he gave me from the Airbnb to the gym. So even that to rub in my face, it was just so weird, man. Like, I just felt like I was also crying because I felt like I got to see his true colors, and a person that I had in the pedestal fell off from the pedestal, and I got to see who he really was, and that I probably didn't mean anything to him at all during this time, and it felt like basically he started to, when I got my black belt, he started to be way nicer to me when I was a lower belt compared, you know, because he wasn't very nice or friendly to me. He was like very like limited with his interactions with me. But then, say I beat Michael Lira Jr. and then we met before Worlds, and he's like hugging me and like, I don't know if he sees like, oh yeah, this is the upcomer, the new up-and-comer. I'm gonna support him. I'm gonna host him on my win because, you know, I see him grow. He made it this far. But then that's how I felt at the beginning. But then when that day came, everything went back in my head, and I was like, he was just using me. He just wanted the body to beat up and to achieve his goal, and I was just in the middle. So that day I felt like I was just on his way, and he would have done anything to just get me out of the way. And that's why he pulled out the fact that, well, he gave me 2 rides from the B&B, and you know, stupid shit, man. Like I told you here, how many times have you trained my academy, for how long? And I was like, well, Lucas, in the past 2 years and a half, I trained, if I count the times that I spent in Charlotte, probably 2 months. So we're talking about I did 12, 24, 30 months work, 36. That'll be 3 years. 36 months will be 3 years.
Yes.
Right? So we're talking about 2 years and a half. So that will be 30 months. So we're talking about that in 30 months. So in those 30 months, I spent 2 months with you.
Yeah.
How much of my overall is that? Much less than 15%.
So if you could go back and do it again, would you have fought him?
I'll totally fight him. Yeah. And then he said to me, I don't care about saying this anymore at this point. He even unfollowed me on Instagram, so whatever. He said, I'm gonna retire. This is my last run. You gotta help me. So he just like put me in a position where like, if I fight him, I will look like shit. You know.
Yeah.
He made me feel like if I went at it.
No choice, no option.
No, he put me in a position where like, yeah, like you gotta do what you gotta do. So then I spent like 30 minutes debating whether I wanted to fight him or not. You see my fingers, I will step up because I was ready to shake hands and go.
Right.
And then I just like saw Michael Angie and remind me when Fabio Gale basically forced Lucas to give up on the title for Michael. And then I was like, well, man, I bet that's kind of like how things are going to be. So I think God wanted it to happen that way, so I could like, what if I win that day and I didn't go and you know, I didn't try for Nogi Worlds?
So no regrets.
No, but if you ask me, yes, I would totally love to fight him, because that was just a dream, man. Like the farthest Sinistro got to fight was quarterfinals against JD Torres at Black Belt Worlds, and he took there at Nogi Worlds. So that was like
That's like
for me. That was
your crew.
That was the thing that I had to jump. Right. That was the thing that I had to jump. So I made it to quarters, and then well, I was like, I wanted to fight, but interesting things like the only guy I haven't beaten before was Lucas in that whole bracket, because I beat Valente at Gi Worlds, and I beat him Nogi Pants, and I beat Canuto one time in the finals of Pan Ams, and I just had beaten Rodrigo Freitas in twice less than a year before this Worlds. So I was like, damn, I already beat the whole podium that is standing up there. Like, it was like very conflicting in my mind. But man, it really put something like the eye of the tiger, the burning heart, you know, all that to like work the next 6 months. And I made a post yesterday on my story, you know, sharing like, no matter how shitty it can be at the beginning of the year, it might end up
being your best year.
Just as perfect as you want it.